Good evening. You're watching Public Media's Foreign Language News Hour. I'm Orsia Flum. Thanks for joining us. More money will be allocated next year for all important areas such as education, health, family support, pensions and security. The Minister of Finance, Híradó, said regarding the 2020 budget proposal of Hungary. The Parliament began to discuss the national budget on Wednesday with a final vote on it expected on the 12th of July.
A 2020. évi költségvetés.
The 2020 annual budget places families at its center and the implementation of the Family Protection Action Plan. This is what the Minister of Finance emphasized in Parliament, where talks on the 2020 annual budget have begun. Híradó highlighted the government aims to allocate 2,200 billion forints or 6.8 billion euros for family support, which is about 700 million euros more compared to this year. The government has presented a budget to the Parliament, which in the first place gives support and security to families and those who would like to have children. Our aim is to make Hungary a family-friendly country. For the government, children come first, Híradó said. Economic protection is also high priority in next year's budget. The aim is to ensure sustained GDP growth of 2% above the European Union average. The government wants to achieve this by cutting taxes and simplifying bureaucracy in order to strengthen the position of small and medium-sized enterprises, which keep the economy moving. Taking these measures into account, the 2020 budget calculates with a 4% economic growth. The inflation rate will remain below 3%. The deficit is targeted to be at an all-time low at 1%. And what's especially remarkable is that public debt will continue to drop as in previous years, foreseeably to 66% of the GDP. In 2010, public debt was above 80%. In his speech, the minister emphasized several times that besides support for families, more money will be spent on developing education and healthcare, raising pensioners' living standard, improving the country's security, and public sector wages.
Another human smuggler got caught at Liszt-Ferenc International Airport. A Syrian man is suspected of intending to bring 5 Afghan, Iraqi and Iranian children to Hungary with passports issued in the name of another people. A few days ago, an Iraqi woman and a few months ago, Hassan F., suspected of terrorism, tried to do the same, but they were also caught by the police at the airport in Budapest.
This Syrian man wanted to enter Hungary with his 14-year-old son and 5 other children at Liszt-Ferenc International Airport on Tuesday evening. They arrived by plane coming from Athens. They all showed valid Syrian passports to the authorities who checked their IDs. The man and his son's documents were in order. However, the police found out that the passports of the other 3 girls and 2 boys had been issued in the name of others. It was revealed later that the children traveling with the Syrian passport were Afghan, Iraqi and Iranian nationals. The man was taken into custody and we interrogated him as a suspect. He is charged with smuggling and forgery of official documents. All 6 children were placed in the Children's Center in Fort, the spokesperson of the police headquarters said. This has been the second case in the last few days that human smugglers who take children out of Greece with falsified documents practically in front of the eyes of authorities are caught at the Liszt-Ferenc International Airport. An Iraqi woman was caught at the airport last Saturday who wanted to take her friend's son to Germany using her own child's passport. In an accelerated procedure, the woman was given a suspended sentence of 3 years on Tuesday. In December 2018, Hassan F. also tried to help a woman get out of the country with falsified documents. He was also caught, and while he was waiting to be expelled in a guarded reception center, it revealed that he might have been a terrorist of the Islamic State. Proceedings are now ongoing against him for suspected acts of terrorism. In order to eliminate human smuggling done by forgery, authorities will be examining documents more thoroughly at border crossing points.
One of the worst flash floods of Hungary in recent years was recorded in the Bükk Mountains on Wednesday afternoon. The streets in Nagyvišňó near Szilvásvárad looked like a wildest mountain rivers. Floodwater swept the cars off the streets, destroyed the roads and caused a lot of damage to the houses. Several other settlements in the country were also hit by the extreme weather, leaving large-scale damage behind.
A significant mudslide hit Nagyvišňó in Heves County on Wednesday afternoon. The vast amount of water rolled down the streets as a river and literally swallowed the entire town. The mudflow destroyed everything that was in its path, damaged the asphalt and swept away cars. The flood was devastating, leaving debris and silt behind. Locals tried to clean the roads and the ditches using grabs and shovels so that the water can drain away. The extreme weather brought a lot of rain to the region in a short time, and that water rolled down from the mountains in just a few seconds. The rain came suddenly, hills started to fall, the water ran down the mountains and took everything with it, this woman said. Everybody was alerted from the region. Volunteer firefighters are also helping to repair the damage. Approximately one-third of the settlement has been affected quite severely. Pumping is still ongoing, the head firefighter said. The storm hit Fonyód as well. The town was flooded with mud. Roads had to be closed, that is how much rain fell in the settlement. Several kilometers of the road had to be cleaned up by the Public Road Authority. Firefighters were called out to dozens of places to pump the water out of flooded cellars and garages. Torrential rain hit the area of Esztergom as well. Cars could barely move. The roads were covered with mud and silt.
The idea of relaunching summer camps in Hungary seems to be a success. In 2017, forest and water camps were announced on a pilot basis, but since then cycling camps have also awaited those interested. The program is highly successful, which is proven by numbers as well. This year, more than 11,000 students are expected to participate in summer camps in Hungary.
These high school kids received their lunch boxes, put on their backpacks and kicked off their day with a hike in the Nagyoroszi summer camp. Last year we participated in a cycling summer camp. Biking is a common interest in our class. We have a lot of fun together. This year we thought we would add hiking to it as well, said this boy. Thus this year's summer camps have officially started. 19 different kinds of camps will be organized. Compared to last year, the number of those interested has doubled. We very much hope that these kids will get closer to nature and become richer with new experiences, which will remain with them throughout a lifetime. We hope that they will get to know and love their country more. I believe these are very important things, said Marius Révész. And this is Balatonszárszó. Children from all over the country are attending the Bárka camp organized by the Hungarian Reformed Church. Nearly 1,600 people will get the chance to spend their vacation this year at Lake Balaton. Among them, there are a few who will now see the Hungarian Sea for the first time. At least half of these children are highly disadvantaged or have so-called cumulative disadvantages. They mainly come from the foster family network, the project manager said. Songwriter Jóci Pápai, who is also the honorary ambassador of the Bárka camp, performed at the opening ceremony as well. If we don't give up our dreams and goals, then we can get anywhere where we want to, said Jóci Pápai. The aim of the Bárka camp is to provide children with colorful programs and new experiences in the summer break.
An exhibition titled We Create was opened at the Museum of Hungarian Agriculture in the Vajdahunyad Castle on Wednesday. The theme of the permanent exhibition is environmental protection, although slightly differently. The exhibit draws attention to adaptable practices that can help protect the environment. It also displays how people can shape their own environment without destroying it. The 14th Kecskemét Animated Film Festival was opened, and at the same time, the 11th Festival of European Animation Feature Films and TV Specials also kicked off in Kecskemét. More than 300 films can be seen at the 8 venues of the 2 events until Sunday. Most of the films are screened for the first time this year. Those interested can enjoy a special selection of films by artists from Africa, but the Japanese animation will also be presented in a separate block. That's all for now, but we'll be back tomorrow night at around the same time, and you can catch Hungary reports online as well. Please stay tuned for our German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.